In the heart of a sun-drenched African village, where life moves to the rhythm of ancient drums, a young woman named Amara carries a heavy heart. Laughter rings through the air, but none of it is for her. The whispers follow her like a shadow, sharp and pointed, coming from the village women, led by her own mother-in-law. They see her as a barren field, a tree that bears no fruit. Each day brings a new ritual, a new bitter herbal drink forced upon her, a supposed cure for a curse she doesn't carry. The liquid is bitter, but the stares are what truly burn. She swallows, but the hope dies a little more each time. Amara's world shrinks, confined to the edges of village life. She watches other women with their children, a silent ache echoing in her chest. The joy of the community has become her personal torment. She avoids the marketplace, the riverbank, anywhere she might encounter the judging eyes and hushed conversations that stop the moment she approaches. Her home, once a sanctuary, now feels like a cage, the walls lined with unspoken accusations. The vibrant colors of the village, the bright fabrics, the rich earth all seem faded, muted by her sadness. She moves through her days like a ghost, her spirit worn thin by the constant pressure and the deep, knowing loneliness of being misunderstood. Her husband, Kofi, sees it all. He sees the light dimming in her eyes, the way her shoulders slump under the weight of a burden that isn't hers to bear alone. He watches from a distance as his own mother hands Amara the daily concoction, his heart twisting with a mixture of anger and helplessness. He knows the strength and kindness in his wife, the woman he fell in love with, and it pains him to see her so broken. The traditions that once bound their community together are now tearing his own family apart, targeting the person he loves most. He sees not a failure, but a victim of ignorance and cruel superstition. One evening, as the moon casts a gentle glow over their small home, Kofi finds Amara sitting alone, tears tracing silent paths down her cheeks. He sits beside her, not with words of hollow comfort, but with a quiet presence that speaks volumes. He takes her hand, his touch a firm anchor in her storm of sorrow. He tells her that her pain is his pain, that her fight is his fight. He looks into her eyes and makes a promise. They will not be broken by whispers and old wives' tales. They are a team. In that quiet moment, a new path forward is decided. They will leave the familiar comfort of the village and seek answers, not in bitter herbs, but in the sterile, promising light of modern medicine. The journey to the city is filled with a nervous energy, a blend of fear and fragile hope. The bustling streets, the towering buildings, the symphony of unfamiliar sounds, it's a world away from their quiet village. The hospital is even more intimidating, a gleaming white maze of corridors and hushed efficiency. It smells of antiseptic and possibility. They sit together in the waiting room, their hands clasped tightly, two souls from a different world venturing into the unknown. Every tick of the clock amplifies their anxiety. This is their leap of faith, a desperate attempt to find a truth that could either save them or shatter what little hope they have left. Finally, their names are called. They are led into a bright, clean room where a doctor with kind eyes and a gentle demeanor awaits them. She speaks to them not with judgment or pity, but with respect and clarity. She spreads out papers on her desk, charts and numbers that hold the key to their future. The doctor's voice is calm as she explains the science, the biology, the intricate dance of life that they have been struggling to understand. She speaks of tests and results, demystifying the great unknown that has haunted their marriage. For the first time, Amara feels seen not as a failure, but as a person seeking help. The doctor turns her gaze gently towards Kofi. She explains the results, her words carefully chosen but direct. The room falls silent, the only sound the faint hum of the air conditioner. Amara looks at her husband, her breath held tight. The camera holds on Kofi's face as he absorbs the news. The issue, the biological barrier to them having a child, lies with him. A wave of emotions washes over him, shock, disbelief, and then a flicker of something else understanding. In that sterile room, miles away from the accusing whispers of his village, the truth has finally set them free. The burden Amara carried for so long was never hers. The journey back to the village is different. The air is no longer thick with unspoken tension, but clear with a newfound purpose. Kofi looks at Amara, and for the first time in a long time, he sees the woman he married, not the shadow she had become. He sees her strength, her resilience, and his love for her deepens into a fierce, protective resolve. He understands the injustice she has endured, the silent suffering she bore for his honor, for their family. He reaches for her hand, not just for comfort, but in a solemn vow. This is no longer just her battle, it is their shared truth. They arrive as the sun begins to set, casting long shadows across the village square. His mother is waiting, her expression stern, ready with another herbal remedy, another round of accusations. But this time, Kofi does not stand aside. He steps forward, Amara's hand held firmly in his. He stands between his wife and his mother, a shield forged of love and truth. He looks his mother in the eye, his voice steady and clear, loud enough for the gathering onlookers to hear. He announces that they have found their answer and that Amara has carried a burden of blame that was never hers to begin with. A hush falls over the crowd. Kofi doesn't falter. He speaks of their unity, their shared path forward, whatever it may hold. He makes it clear that he stands with his wife today and all the days to come. He is not just defending her, he is redefining what it means to be a husband, a son, a man. He is choosing love over tradition, partnership over blame. The final shot is of Kofi and Amara standing together, their hands intertwined. They face the world not as two separate people, but as one unbreakable unit, their bond strengthened by the truth. Their journey is far from over, but they will face it together, united and strong, ready to write their own story, breaking the cycle for good. Thank you for watching. If you were moved by this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that aims to inspire change.